please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at a police body cam footage video. This isn't really something we do, to be honest, but this one intrigued me. It intrigued me because we've waited a while to see the full version of it. It was released not so long ago. I just forgot to look at it. Concerning the Lord and Saviour, Christine Weston Chandler, Sonichu, Mewtwo, and other things. Let's add Duke Nukem for the fun of it. The bodycam footage in question is the arrest. The arrest that came because Christine was alleged to have diddled their mother, Barbara. Now, we can all hate Barbara until the sun goes down, I don't really care. Chris, at this point, was alleged to have diddled their mother because they were convinced to by somebody else. And they went into detail in chat logs as to what they did with their mother multiple times a week. Now, I know that when Chris was younger, they used to go up to the mall with a sign trying to find a girlfriend and then getting yeeted out of it because it was a bit weird. I understand that for the time that Chris was doing this, people weren't as clued up on autism. Again, I fully understand this. I am very much aware that Chris lost their virginity to a prostitute, who I believe they tried to meet up with on a friendly, daily, regular basis. Yes, I've watched Samuel's videos. They are very thorough. Doing one's mother, though, is not... No, that's not your forever girlfriend. Your mother, no. Isn't she in a care home now? If she's still alive at all, in fact. Anyway, we're going to go through this bodycam footage because I watched it, I cried with laughter, and I thought, I want to share it with the class. Buckle up, folks. It's that time of year again.
Possible altercation waits for them behind the door.
She's right here. Oh, gotta unlock it. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Christine Chandler.
Okay, can you come out for a second?
I just want to highlight that at this point in Christine's life, they believed themselves to be a goddess, awaiting the dimensional merge, and for themselves to live in the utopia with their husbands, I think, was it wives? Sonichu and Mewtwo and Rosechu and Pikachu and, I don't know, Albus Dumbledore-Chu. There are many characters within the stories, and they tickle me to no end. That medallion around Chris's neck has become an internet meme more recently for being a cursed object. To wear one is to tempt fate. Everyone that seems to wear one goes through a massive downturn. No, I do not want one. Seriously.
What's the situation?
What's that? You got a warrant for your arrest, all right? Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna do that. Do not fight. You will get tased.
Okay, well, listen, I will comply, but I'd like to clear up I'd like to come back with my things.
Now that tickles me. It tickles me that it took Chris a few seconds to register what they requested, but that is very much within Chris's MO of being very slow to start, right? Not criticism or a slam dunk or anything like that. Just a typical observation of Chris's behaviour and mannerisms that even when in a public setting, this is very much who they are. But their priorities shifted to, I need to come back for all my things. That's interesting, because as is well known, Chris is a hoarder. No doubt within this hidey hole they are residing within, they must have a nice little nook of stuffs, much of which would be irrelevant. I'm curious to see whether or not the fabled trainers feature. These are trainers that have been painted to look like Sonic or Sonichu or something. They're white trainers that they custom spray paint really badly, I might add.
We'll get that all straight. Yeah, we'll get it all straight.
Well, that is certainly fortuitous for Chris, since they spent an inordinate amount of time in prison, where they should still be to this day, but sadly are not. They did, however, go further down the whole Jesus complex thing while in prison. That was interesting.
Look at my shoes. Magitan Crisel Savannah.
Well, I called it on those shoes, at least. I had wondered if, maybe when they couldn't get their hands on certain spray paints, if they'd just buy a pair of black trainers and say they were wearing a pair of Blachu trainers. That's a character, I promise.
Alright. You're just being detained right now until I can confirm the warrants, okay?
Okay,
Just hang tight.
The officers have received reports of some very disturbing allegations against Chris, but nothing prepares them for the events that are about to unfold.
I don't suppose you're going to include the part where Ethan Ralph starts saying, join us on the kill stream, Chris. Join us on the kill stream, Chris. Are you? Because those events to unfold are quite impressive and amusing. At the same time, I'm curious to see the reaction of the officers when they find out what the warrants are about, if they don't already know that is.
Sit down right here.
Okay, I will sit down.
Okay. Where are your shoes? Right here?
Right over there.
Is there anyone else in the room with you?
Is there anybody else in the room?
Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you
No.
can't tangibly see
A
them.
physical person. Is there a physical person in the room with you?
Oh boy, I see where this is going. Already you've piqued my interest. Oh no. Chris, what are you doing? An officer asks you. I know your mental health has never been great as you've gotten older. Certainly you delved more into the imaginary side of things. And there are certain health concerns, of course there are. When an officer asks you if there's anyone else in the room, and they're not physically there, please say no. They're not going to tolerate much. Oh, this is already fascinating. Oh, and I have to add, the signature Chris Chan sigh is my favourite thing in the world, because they really don't know how to respond, and it can be seen as so patronising.
I'm originating from this universe now. I need to stand with my shoes on. I'm having an easier time doing it this way. I am complying, and that's my son. That's my set of keys over there.
Just slip them on. They're going to give you flip-flops when you get down to the jail.
Okay, well, I identify as female, and I would appreciate if I was respected as such.
Now, it's very important, of course, to respect the identity of all peoples, 100%. It should be noted that while initially arrested and registered categorized as female, they were in fact later changed to male. There is much in the way of discussion when it comes to what prison, jail, holding, whatever it was that Chris Chan spent time in, but ultimately they were designated male. I know that Chris had, was it legally, changed their name to Christine? I understand that, but that change of name does not designate you or allow you the right to simply say you're female when going to a prison. That is up to the system you are legally obliged to obey. And let's not forget here, you once tried your own form of cosmetic surgery to give yourself a vagine. Yes, I remember that. I know I'm not going to talk too deeply about it as I like to be monetized.
It even says so on my driver's license, female.
Okay.
That's fine.
Just making sure.
Yes, I'm well aware of that as well. I'm also aware of the multiple times you've been in court over the years and requested you be identified as female when you are being charged typically with forms of harassment. That is your go-to crime. You're very good at that. I think it's an obsessive trait, which is why when you were released they played into the autism to have you treated differently. I thought it was because they were going to put you in a white padded cell with no paper and pencils. Not that you need them anymore with your dimension merge on the way.
As one officer searches through Chris's belongings, he quickly makes an interesting discovery.
One right here.
Oh, that's my secondary phone.
That's your secondary phone?
Yeah, I have two phones, one for patrols and one for my home. I got two phones, one for the boys and one for my friends. You think I need two phones? There's a song.
Yeah, Kevin Gates.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to this music guy.
I can be almost certain that the trolls would have access to that main phone as well. Additionally, many of those people that Chris Chan has regarded as friends over the years all turned out to be trolls anyway, just trying to find a way to get closer to Chris, to then work Chris to get Chris to do stupid things like diddle their mother. So really, as funny as it is to have two separate phones for two different purposes, what is the real point when in reality everyone likes to use you for their own amusement anyway?
Nah, that's a popular one. He's a fine gentleman.
It is popular.
Suddenly, a keen-eyed officer spots something happening outside, which sets him on edge.
Are you waiting for somebody to come to your room or something?
Wow. No, I was not. I was only waiting for the deputy that I talked with earlier today from the sheriff's office in Rutgersville.
Okay. The only reason I'm asking is because there's a car up there and there's two gentlemen staring at us.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the trolls, all of them, at all times, know where Chris is. You can be certain that everyone knows where Chris is right now, because there is a regular update on many different forums as to the location and whereabouts of Chris Chan. In this case, people had known for a while where Chris Chan was because Chris Chan kept telling people, and those same people told the internet. I believe that the two people being referenced might well be Ethan Ralph, who wanted to be the first reporter on the scene, as it were, to get Chris Chan to give an exclusive on the kill stream. Oh, the good old days, am I right, folks? Oh, how times have changed. Can't tell who's living better, Chris Chan or the Gunt.
I didn't know if you were waiting for someone to come over or whatever.
Yeah, see? For anybody, I was not waiting.
They're standing up there by the gas station. You know those people?
That's curious.
I'm just asking. I don't want anyone rolling up on me.
While Chris doesn't recognize the strangers gathering to watch them from a distance, there may be a reason for their unnerving presence.
Yes, they're there to say goodbye to their fabled lolcow, and of course, in the case of Ethan Ralph, try and get them to agree to go on his show. Opportunism is vitally important, and there's nothing remotely weird about somebody travelling to another place to go stalk a lolcow, especially when that person who did that is now themselves quite the vaunted lolcow in their own right.
Okay, well, I would say question them because I am famous and infamous on the internet, so they may be video recording.
Cool.
So,
I'm recording you as well.
well, that's...
While you officers are recording and capturing the soul of Chris Chan, wait, that might be the wrong belief system. It should be noted that it took over a year upon Chris Chan being released from prison for this video to come to light. So while it's all well and good you recording, you're not getting the clout. And that clout is important for your social credit score.
Sonichu on it.
Magi-Chan Sonichu, a blend of the characters Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog, is a character from Chris's hand-drawn graphic novel series.
A series that took far too long to make because Chris Chan micromanaged far too much. And when opportunity presented itself for Chris Chan to take Sonichu to a whole new level in visual quality, Chris Chan disagreed because Chris Chan's art style is very hard to imitate if you're over the age of 5 and are somebody that is capable of colouring within the lines.
Yeah, you gotta take them off when you get to the jail.
Okay, but the
Since they're not, the only thing they were allowed are like crosses for like religion.
okay, well, if I may speak, the Sonichu shaped medallion, the big yellow thing at the bottom there, that is my cross. So,
Okay, I don't know if they'll allow that one.
It is not my place to judge another person's faith, even if they've placed it in something made out of that crazy putty stuff that they used to sell because, well, obviously. At one point it was very popular, but, well, Christian was selling them and spending far too quickly. Yeah. At the same time, you are wearing a cursed object. It looks cursed as well from all the years of ABUSE. Did you keep it on when you diddled your mum? Because I can kind of imagine you did.
Moment to deliver a puzzling warning to the officers.
by the way, if any of y'all has been feeling a punch-like sensation on your leg, that is my husband, Magi-Chan Sonichu, right on the opposite side of the universe field. He's punching you all each, just a gentle punch, but you know he is here.
Okay.
If you feel it, he punched you first.
Yeah, so I didn't, but you know.
Punch him on it.
Yeah. Hey, you good?
Oh, that's it. You tell him. Is there a challenge for getting punched by an imaginary Sonic Pikachu hybrid thing? Husband? Is there? Oh dear lord. Just think, it was not so long ago in Chris Chan's history that Sonichu was the pinnacle of that masculinity, the settling down and living the nuclear family life that Chris wanted so much. What was your daughter's name? Was it Crystal? Now the next clip is after the arrest warrant is validated, it is confirmed. So now Chris Chan is about to be transported. Oh joy of joys, this might be my favourite part.
I do not know those people, and I... Okay. Yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this. What's up?
Don't.
Followers.
Oh my god, what is this?
You see, this is what happens when boomers are subjected to what they don't pay attention to. The casual observer does not pay attention to the infamy of those on the internet. Chris Chan is, on the internet, the very first lolcow. They are sacred to an extent, but not worshipped. But as far as lolcows go, they're always going to be remembered because they're the very first. They're patient zero. They are where it began. They are why it began. The police officers don't know this because Chris Chan never achieved that pinnacle of success that other lolcows attain. Take Boogie for example. Gold play button to his name. He built an entire reputation and name, and for a time he was monetarily responsible. And then he flipped a switch and decided, YOLO swag fam, I'm going down and taking you all with me mother fluffers. In Chris Chan's case, they blew money faster than they earned it, and continued to beg for it and got completely manipulated by every person they've ever had in their life. So of course some of their trolls, please don't record this, would be in attendance for this monumental occasion, a pivotal point in Christery.
What is happening right now? Appreciate it.
I wasn't convinced that there's no internet fans, but that confirms it.
There you go. I mean, Google Chris Chan or SonicU, and there you go. I've been infamous and famous.
Oh,
Regency.
I'm going.
ball?
I'm complying. I am complying. I am good like this.
I'm not going to deny, the one thing I really love about Chris Chan is they beg the internet and their haters and trolls not to engage with them. But they'll sure as feck engage with them when they see the opportunity, because a chance to announce themselves as the goddess that they are is an opportunity to convert another person to their faith in the one true God, Sonichu. Or I guess in this case, Christine Weston Chandler, Sonichu, Mewtwo, Duke Nukem, Nuke Dukes and Duke Nukes, kick bubblegum and chew ass. The standard stuff.
And I am Chris Chan Sonichu, your goddess blue heart, and I continue to stand strong, and I maintain everything with Quickbill and my Sonichus and Rose Shoes and everybody.
Yeah, that was Ethan Ralph in the background. I recognise that gunty voice anywhere. We've spoken a number of times over the years. Not since being blocked, of course, but that's only because I think he's hilarious. And he can't take a joke. I bet those officers are well and truly baffled right now by that proclamation of who you are. I'm loving this. This might be my favourite video of the week.
Let's not talk to them, okay?
Yeah, I keep in good faith. Everything is going to work out.
Let's not talk to
Well,
them.
Now this is where this particular video ends. It was shared on Twitter. There's obviously more to it. Go find it. It's worth a good laugh. Needless to say, eventually they, after much amusement, put Chris Chan in the car and take them away. We all know what happens next. Chris is locked up for a while, dives deeper into the believing themselves to be a Jesus, and going a bit more insane, losing a lot of weight, eventually getting released and being spotted all over the place. How exciting. This video, though, is fascinating to come out now, because to see it from this perspective just shows you that even when in a position of genuine trouble, they still can't help themselves but declare themselves a goddess and be their weird, socially awkward self. I love that. It's a level of authenticity that I feel we need on the internet. We do not need, though, someone diddling their mother. And I'm sure many of you have seen the videos of Chris Chan's triumphant return to YouTube because I covered it last year. It was fascinating for a time.